Rich Hill, as good as it gets.
He just does a great job of competing.
I believe there's a lot of positive things that are happening here and becoming, a winning team again.
Big cut in the middle. And got him. Rich Hill gets it to swing and a miss to strike him out with that curveball. Down he goes. Swung on and missed. Holy cow. Rich Hill on fire in there. Strike three.
And Hill's just throwing one strike after the next.
Absolute thing of beauty.
Something else. Struck him out with a fastball.
I have a tremendous passion for the game, and it's a privilege.
I couldn't love this more. Rich Hill getting ready to enter his 19th season in Major League Baseball. Joining me live now from Massachusetts. And Rich, you and I have had conversations before where you have said that you don't feel that you need to rise to the occasion, that the occasion needs to rise to you. Tell me more about that philosophy for those that haven't heard it.
Yeah, hey, Lana, thanks for having me on. It's just really something, the more you prepare for anything, for the moment, for the opportunity, you're going to be ready for that opportunity and when it comes, and work and putting in the time and the effort, and all those things come together and meet when the opportunity shows itself. So and the only reason why I can say that is I can relate to it when I was a younger self, of getting into the playoffs at an early age and really not mentally being prepared for it and understanding, kind of the gravity of the situation or, the moment when it presented itself. And as I was fortunate enough to, grow in the game and continue as I've gotten older, multiple opportunities to pitch in the postseason. And that's something that understanding that, being prepared and being ready mentally to withstand that challenge is something that came about as I've been able to, have a decent amount of time in the game.
I'd say a decent amount of time, Rich. You've spent 18 years in this game, and I think so many times guys have the game taken away from them. There are few players that actually can go out on their own terms. I feel like you are one of those players. Tell me how fortunate perhaps you feel about being able to continue to pitch.
Yeah, I feel very fortunate, Alana. I mean, I've almost had it taken away from me a couple of times. So I think, understanding that as well, and I think that's where some of that, rising to the occasion, being ready for the moment and the opportunity when it comes, is something that, kind of trial by fire, where you learn through, injuries or poor outings, being sent down, being DFA'd a million times, getting non-roster invites to camp, and earning your way back to, a position at the highest level. And that's something that, I think the work ethic has definitely gotten me back to those opportunities that have been, understandably taken away, sometimes not, but sometimes it is understandable when you don't get those opportunities. And one of your colleagues, Ryan Dempster, was great back in 2015, talking with him and about a small time that I was out of the game, and when I was in independent ball, he really made an impact to give me the idea to call as many people as possible to let them know that I was still interested in pitching, which I found to be pretty funny at the time because, it's all I ever wanted to do. And he his words were, hey, some people might not think that, you're interested in still pursuing this career. So, I give him a lot of thanks to giving me that motivation to, making endless phone calls in that 2015 year.
Well, 2015, you had the conversation with Dempster, and then in 2016, Rich, you sat down at winter meetings with the Los Angeles Dodgers announcing your long-term deal. And I remember that day, and you were emotional. When you look back at that time, how much can you appreciate how far you've come, not only from when you were in independent ball to as we sit here today talking about a brand new contract in 2023 with the Pirates?
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to be 43 years old, and I think it's something that, a lot of experience has gone into the game, and it really, at the end of the day, Alana, it just comes down to work and putting in the effort. It's something that, I've always done. I know I alluded to, getting into the playoffs as, a younger player and not really understanding the gravity of the situation. But along with, the work ethic and the amount of time that goes into the gym, it's also, the amount of work that goes into the mental side of the game and being able to take that intensity and that aggressiveness and channel it when I'm out there on the mound. And that's something that's, certainly been beneficial, last 10 years.
All right, Rich Hill entering his 19th season in Major League Baseball, a one-year, $8 million deal with the Pittsburgh Pirates. Rich, thanks for taking the time to be with us. As always, best of luck to you.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks a lot.
Time, of course, is on this date in 2005 is when the Yankees made that trade with the Diamondbacks. They gave up, some pitchers who were not very good for him, and they brought in Randy, who was 40-something years of age, to see if they can fix what was a mess in that Yankee rotation. Remember, in 04, the Yankees lost 4 in a row to the Red Sox and got knocked out. And in games 6 and 7, they were a disaster. They had Kevin Brown, they had Javier Lopez. It was a mess. So what they decided to do is make a run at Randy, coming off 2 pretty good years, of course, late in his career with Arizona. They brought Johnson into the Yankees, and although Johnson was a pretty good Yankee, he wasn't the Johnson of old, based on the idea that he just, he's 41 years of age. He won 17 games, but high ERAs, and not good in the postseason. Throw in the fact that Randy wasn't wonderful with the media. He got into a fight with a photographer as soon as he walked into town, which set him off on a bad way. This is the fight he has with the photographer. This was bad. Can't do that in New York. Nobody cares that Randy beat the Yankees in a World Series scenario, as he did. Nobody's that interested with the Diamondbacks. They wanted to see what he do with the Yankees, so that got him off on a bad way, and obviously he wasn't great in the big game. And it turns out that the experiment in New York for Johnson didn't work out and wasn't very good. Doesn't take away from how great he was in his career. The New York experience wasn't as much fun as he thought. He got bombed in a series against Detroit. Had one good outing in a 5th game against the Angels in 05, where he went 4 1/3 scoreless innings in a series that the Yankees ended up losing anyway. But the bottom line is that his experiment in New York, not superb. So that's the Randy Johnson turn-back time scenario today. Now, Alana's going to be away for about 10, 12 days. She's going to board a flight here momentarily to go to Cancun. Is this correct? Let me hear.
I'm not boarding momentarily. I'm boarding tomorrow, and that is if the FAA can figure out their problem, because there's a ground stoppage right now for international flights. I'm only gone for 2 days, actually 3. I'll be back with you on Tuesday.
Wheels Up will be fine for you tomorrow. You'll be in good shape. Good job. Enjoy your holiday weekend.
The acclaimed series that brings our national pastime to life, now in high definition. Baseball, directed by Ken Burns. The faith of millions is spoiled by scandal until the